For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone talking some Wildcat football as we put the wraps on the 2014 season with head coach Ken Collums. Coach, it's been a few days, 37-35. You knock off Stephen F. Austin on the road. You finish the season with a nice, tidy, round, even number, 6-6 on the season. It doesn't sound very tidy to you. I know you wish it was higher than that. But 4-4, Coach, in the Southland Conference in your first season. That's awfully impressive, isn't it?
You know, it was a really good season. As far as looking at our record, I think it's important for us to really kind of reflect on when we walked into this thing. We weren't really concerned with what our record was going to be. We were more concerned with, all right, how do we fit in, and how far do we have to go to compete every single week, in the Southland. And what we found out was, man, we're right there, and we're competing every single week. Some games we played top-tier teams, and if you don't play well against those guys, you're not going to win. But then sometimes we played top-tier teams and we played well and we won. Yeah. So that tells us everything that we need to know as far as where we are, where our niche is in this Southland Conference. And the fact that we won 6 games and lost 6, you know what? That's good. That's kind of how it played out. Yeah. You know, at times we played really, really well. I think we should have had 2 more wins, but
could have had 2 more losses as well in there.
That's right, and it is a thin line between winning and losing in the Southland Conference. Teams are somewhat even, and we're going to recruit against those guys, and we're going to recruit against the top teams in the league. So I'm very pleased with our season. As in any season, there are always things you wish you had back. There are things that, man, we're just right there. If we could have closed these games out, but then you know what? When you finish it with a great win against Stephen F. Austin, that makes you feel. It makes your program just feel way better as far as, hey, you know what? We put our stamp on this deal, and the Southland Conference knows that we're going to be contenders here before too long.
Well, the last 5 games of the season, you were playing a team each week that was either tied for first place, had a chance to win the conference, or had a chance to make the playoffs. A gauntlet that we said earlier maybe no ACU team has had to face. And you finished 2-3 in those games. And by the way, 4 of those 5, as you remember, were away from Shotwell Stadium, specifically about Saturday. You talked about adversity. It's going to happen in life. It's going to happen in every game. You had some adversity on Saturday. You find a way to come back. I thought Parker McKenzie, first series, gets stripped, loses the ball, doesn't turn it over the rest of the game. He did what you always say, delivered the mail, and one of the guys he delivered it to was DeAndre Brown.
Yes. Parker had come off 2 previous games of pretty much being careless with the ball, turning the ball over, and to see him do that in the first drive, he's tested, and there's a little bit of emotion and a little bit. There's some stuff going on there. Like, okay, I can't, as a quarterback, I can't let this happen. What just happened in the previous 2 games, and he didn't. He put it together and had a really solid game. Got us in really good plays. Got us out of some bad plays that we had set up, and that's what a quarterback does. He plays steady. He did deliver the mail, and it was that was our win against Stephen F. There's a little bit of everything in that game, and there some good, some bad, some gadgets on both sides, and I mean in scoring there was some 3 and outs, and that was a really good, really fun game to watch. Just as the head coach, it was fun. Yeah. I mean, but you're hey, let's get a stop. Hey, let's score again, and so it was a great way to finish the season.
You sent 15 of your players out on a winning note, 15 guys who played their final game for the Wildcats. One of them, Justin Stevens, wearing his dad's number 17, his father Stan's number, when Stan was a quarterback at ACU. A career-high 16 tackles. Justin Stevens on defense. DeAndre Brown running the football, 256 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. And then special teams Nick Grau kicked the game-winning field goal. You sweep the Southland Conference weekly awards. That was a heck of a way to end it, wasn't it?
I mean, who goes out and has 16 tackles? I mean, Justin was all over the place. And, of course, as equally as all over the place as Justin was, DeAndre was on offense. Yeah. I mean, we used him every way we could. Probably could have thrown him some more balls, but you know what? We couldn't fit that in there. He got a lot of touches, had a ton of production. And then, of course, Nick Grau, I mean, he's a solid guy. We put him in a position to
windy night.
Yes, to finish the game, and he does it. So I'm proud of those guys.
Last thing, you mentioned earlier that you saw how your team was able to compete. there is a difference between competing week to week and contending for a conference title, which, by the way, your team will not be eligible to do until 2017. You have a couple of seasons before you're eligible. How thin is that line between competing and contending?
Well, it has to do with it's ultimately going to have to do with our depth, because late in the season, when everybody in the country, every football program in the country, you'll have guys miss games. We had against Central Arkansas, we had 9 significant guys that did not play in that game, but yet we were still able to win it. And can you do that every single week? That's the big challenge. We know we're going to have good skill guys. We're going to have a lot of depth as far as O-line and D-line. We're developing that. And defensive backs. This thing is going to be really, really, really solid from top to bottom. But can you withstand the injuries? Can you compete at that high level every single weekend against the top tier teams in the league? And we proved this year that we can compete with them. And we can beat some of them, but you got to be able to do that. You want to win the league, you got to be able to do that every single week, and it's a tough deal in the game of football.
And the way that happens is you hit the road, and you'll do that now for the next 3 months, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, it's about players, and I love our story. I love telling our story in living rooms, in coaches' offices, on the phone with these recruits, and people want to be here, and we just got to find the right fit. And we want the right fit to have a lot of twitch, have a lot of size, and a lot of speed, but we want the right hearts here, and that's how this thing was built, and that's how we'll continue to do it.
All right, National Signing Day is not that far away. We're 2.5 months maybe, and then the next ACU football game. Ready for this? September 5th, 2015, at Fresno State. Maybe the most high-profile team that ACU has ever played. Heck of a season that just finished. Coach Collums' Wildcats go 6-6 overall, 4-4 in their first season back in the Southland Conference. For Coach Collums, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.